Well, what can I say? All I'll say is Grimsby Town nil, Chesterfield 1. Kabongo Tishimanga uh, with a late winner for the Spyrites in quite a feisty little tie at Blundell Park. Uh, Another defeat for the Mariners. Um, this is now getting harder and harder to stomach. Um, did we play bad? No, not at all. I've seen us play a lot worse than that. I think we played worse than that against Southend, but we ended up with Southend being so poor, we ended up uh, winning that. Um, but our fourth, I think that's our fourth straight defeat on the bounce. Um, Five defeats in our six, seven, six in our seven, really. Six defeats in our last seven. Um, I I can't put my finger on what's wrong, but I can sense a lot of negativity around the fan base and frustration around the fan base. People are saying that Paul Hurst is gone. I've read um, replies to Jason Stockwood's tweet uh, earlier saying unlucky not to get anything. I agree to a certain point. To a certain point, it does look with how late that Paul uh, made the substitutions. It does look like he was going for the draw because he didn't make any subs, or at least the main two in Maguire Drew and Sean Scannell until after uh, Tishimanga scored what proved to be the winner. And that was the difference between the two sides in regards to scoreline. They've got a person that is just there, knows when to be there, knows when not to be there. And for the first time since the second weekend of our season, we slip out of the playoff places because of it. And I don't blame any fan for being disgruntled. I don't blame any fan for having their opinion of whether you are a Hurst out or a Hurst in guy. Like I said, I'm neither. I may be a big fan of Paul Hurst, but I'm not blind to the fact this is a results business. It's not a popularity contest. It's a results business. And for most of that game against Chesterfield, we played okay. Neither goalie was really troubled. Sam Crocombe had to tip one onto the bar. I think it was in the first half. We probably had the better chances in the first. In the first half, I think we had the better chances. Chesterfield had very few themselves, and a 0-0 draw would have been fair, to be completely honest. Feels a lot like Notts County to me, the defeat to Notts County. Not quite a smash and grab as that. But Chesterfield aren't a million miles better than us. But at the same time, I don't think it's about quality of play. It's about being switched on. And we weren't switched on from the set piece. Something is wrong in that dressing room. You can't go around going, no, nothing's wrong at all, when results wouldn't say that, you know. I've said in the past, and I know I've heard other people say, about us having a good, like I said before, I think we had too good of a start, guys. I really do. I think we had too good of a start. I think, and this isn't a blip. I'm not going to downplay it. This isn't a blip. This is starting to become quite worrying, really. Quite a slide, you know. One win in 7 games, and that was against a poor Southend side, who lost again today. They lost 4-1 away at Notts County. Hip hip hooray. Notts will take pride for that, but they're playing Southend. They're not playing anybody really decent. But back to us, it's the mentality of the lads are wrong. They'll say there's nothing wrong. You don't go on a run like this unless something isn't right. Some of our play was good. Some of our movement was good. Of course it was. Another proof that the striker situation needs to be sorted out. I think Paul in his post-match seemed to be very coy on that, trying to play it down, even though he knows, not playing down the fact we need one. I think he's trying to play down what's out there, I think. But like I said, it's not now about defending Paul, I don't blame any fan. If you want to say Hurst out and you want to say this, I don't blame you. And I'm not going to hold it against any supporter. Like supporters have told me, well, we're entitled to our opinions. Of course you are. And it's just worrying to see that we're not necessarily, especially at home, we're not getting outplayed. But we're being beaten by teams that are more switched on than us. Do teams want it more than us? Probably. I think there's a lot that us fans have to consider, but there is a lot that Paul will have to consider, and the board are going to have to as well. I'm not one for right now sacking managers, because the easiest thing to do is sack the manager. Now people are going to say, well, I'm going to defend Paul because it's Paul. Now the easiest thing to do in general is sack somebody. I think Paul has to look at himself, and the players have to look at themselves and go, how do you go from the start of the season and being top of the table by the beginning of October to within an 8 to 9 week spell, you're now outside the playoff places? Something doesn't add up. I don't know where the manager's lost the dressing room. I don't know. I don't want to assume anything like that, because I think that's wrong. But, what do you guys think? What do the fellow Mariners think? Has Paul lost the dressing room? Can he turn this around? I'm undecided. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm undecided. I did say, and I have said, if the home form starts to drop, we're in deep trouble. And if the home form starts to drop, maybe Paul won't be the right guy. These conversations need to be had between us as fan bases, and between everybody, because it has been a drastic fall. It's not been like a couple of draws here and a couple of wins here, then losing a couple, then winning and drawing one or two. It's 6 defeats in the last 7 league games. You know, we've won once since October 23rd. You know, it's just telling you that something is seriously not right. It's good to see Sean Scannell get on the pitch for a few minutes, but the setup was 3-5-2. I think he did change it to 4-4-2 briefly near the end, but he started with the 3-5-2. And we contained. What I will say is we contained Chesterfield. Chesterfield, good side, but I'd say they're a good side because they are, I'm going to class their defence as watertight. You can see why they've only lost 1 game all year. You can see that. They are very, very organised and very, very well drilled defensively. And we were for a majority of that game. But I was struggling to see. We had the best chances, but I don't know if you call them out-and-out chances. You know, but you can just tell the lads' heads are down. Paul can say in media that they're not. You know, they're high-spirited. No, they're not. No, they're not. This isn't the Grimsby that we saw the end of September, beginning of October. But it's the same bunch of lads, and that's what I can't understand. How the same bunch of lads are slumped to this, stumped losing games. But they're not just happening, losing a couple, then getting a couple of, maybe even a couple of draws to just alleviate the slide. I think that's what Paul was trying to do today. He was trying to get something. I did see somebody say that he set up negatively and he set up to get a point at home. It became apparent probably around about the hour that I believe that's what Paul was aiming for. He was trying not to lose a game of football. I agree with fans on this. I think he was trying to not lose a game of football rather than trying to win the game of football, because the 2 attacking subs, well, the 3, including Lenny, came on late on. You know, Scannell and Maguire-Drew came on with 4 minutes left after we just conceded. So that, I can see why that gives everyone the conception that, you know, it was going to be you know, he was going for the point. Because we were sat there in the main stand where the wheelchairs are, and we were saying, where's the subs? Why hasn't he made the subs? You know, you've got attacking options on the bench and you're not using them. Something is not right in our camp right now. I don't know what it is, whether it's a mentality thing, whether it's a confidence thing, but we've got to be careful with our home form. If that starts to go, I think Paul's going to get the January window. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get January. Because I've got a feeling in the way of strikers, Paul doesn't know which way to go with it. He doesn't know. He doesn't sound lost in interviews, but you can kind of sense he doesn't know. And I don't know what will fix this. People are saying a striker will fix this. No, the mentality has to change. with the lads that we've got. These are the same lads that got us top of the table. So now they're the same lads that have got us outside the playoff places. Mentality doesn't change that quick. Confidence can go very quickly. But if you're at the game today, do let me know what you believe and what you think of the situation at Gunsby Town. Do you believe Paul Hurst should go? Do you believe that? And if so, have you got a name in mind of who you'd like to see take over? What's your honest opinion of what's happening on the field? Because we don't, what's happening on the field. Why do you feel like they've gone into a decline? And it is a decline, And leave your comments down below for me. I'll get back to you with every message. I will reply. So do leave me your opinions, and I'll be back with it will be a preview for the Stockport FA Trophy game. I've got to be honest with you. At the moment, I'm not bothered if we go out of the FA Trophy. It's one of those. This season, I'm not bothered if we're in it now because our league form. But then again, it could also come as a nice distraction. But we have to get a confidence from somewhere. But I'll be back for that preview later on in the week. I will get back to doing the National League predictions as well. I just really haven't had a chance lately to do those. But let me know what your thoughts are. Obviously, tomorrow I'm sure the DN35 guys with Bruce and with Alex, they'll be giving their reaction, and do get involved with them on the DN35 podcast when that comes out, and tell them what you think. I'm sure Alex has got his own opinions. I'm sure Bruce has, and the rest of the guys that work there. So do keep across any Grimsby Town programming that you see, including my channel. And like and subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, like I said. Click the bell. That'll let you know when I upload. I will be uploading a bit more frequently probably over the Christmas time with a few other things. So do subscribe. Do like this video. And I will see you guys for the Stockport preview next week. See you soon.